Hi and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to show you how to create an amazing eye look only using 3 colors. So if you're interested, keep watching. So for today's look, I'm going to start off with my Shape Tape. I'm going to use this as a base for my eyeshadow. So I put a little bit on my flat brush. This is my 224 brush. And I'm going to use that just to sculpt out my eyebrow. So I start at the front and I do very small strokes. I bring that all the way to the across to the end, and I just take the rest of that product that's on my brush and I move it all onto my eyelid. I'm just tilting my head back. What that does, it stretches out the eyelid, so if you're someone that has a little bit more of a mature skin, it'll tighten it for you, so everything will lay a lot more smoother. I'm going to go and do the same thing on the other side, again using very small strokes. And just really cleaning up underneath that eyebrow. Then I'm going to take whatever's left over, I'm going to pull it down onto my eyelid again. I'm going to take my finger, just going to warm that product up and move it all the way around. So when you're using this product, you want to make sure that you move very quickly. So when you do one eye, you blend out one eye, you do the other eye, you blend out the other eye, because it's going to dry down pretty quickly. So you want to make sure that you have that all taken care of so you don't run into any mistakes there. So for today's look, I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill palette. It's one of my absolute favorites. You see we have some neutral colors and then we have some pop-of colors. For today's smoky eye, it's going to be a very quick smoky eye. I'm just going to use the real neutral colors. I'm going to start off with this color here because it resembles my flesh tone, and this is going to be my setting product. So I'm going to set my concealer with that eyeshadow. I'm going to take it all over. I usually start at the top and I move it all the way down to the eyelid, just to make sure that we're setting that product, because it is a wet product. It's the same thing like when you do your face makeup. When you do your liquid foundation, you want to make sure you set it with the powder. Think about the same way with your eyes. It's definitely going to help your look be a lot more blended as well. So again, I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to work my way onto my eyelid. And this is just to ensure that my eyeshadow blends out as beautiful as possible. Don't forget to tilt your head back if you need to kind of, tighten up that eyelid. And for this whole look, I'm actually just going to use my 224 MAC brush, so it'll literally get the job done. Now I'm going to go into a little bit of a deeper color, which is right here. I'm going to put that above my crease. So you have your eyelid, then you have your actual crease where your actual eye folds, and then you have above the crease, which is all that space that I personally have there. You really depends on, your eye shape, but you want to make sure that you're putting this color at the arch of your brow to give you the most lift. So I'm going to start right here and I'm going to do buffing motions, just circular motions, and I'm going to bring that right into the inner corner of my eye. Again, I'm tilting back. I do have on the fake eyelashes. These are the permanent ones, so when I tilt back, it really helps me be able to see my lid. And I'm just going to do those circular motions. Again, you want to remember one trick. The quicker you move, the more blended the application is always going to be. As you can see, I'm holding my brush a little bit further towards the end of the brush, because the closer, the more pressure you're going to create. You don't want to create all that pressure, because it's not going to look as blended as you want it to be. So you want to hold the brush a little bit further away. I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other eye using that color right here. I wish these colors have names. They really don't, so I'm just going to point. I'm going to use that color right there. Again, starting at the arch of my brow. Wherever you place that brush first, that's where the most product is going to be, so you always want to remember that. I'm going to start those circular motions into my inner corner and back out. So the color that you put above your crease, you want it to, for the most part, be a matte color so it could create dimension to the look. Because if you were to put something shiny there, then it wouldn't be as dimensional, especially if you put something shiny on your eyelid. Again, it's not a rule, but it's what I noticed that works for a lot of different eye shapes and different, age ranges. It works well for everybody, but it's just a nice tip that you could keep in mind. But if you love your shimmer, shimmer on, honey. Shimmer on. So you want to build up that color till you get the depth that you want. If you're someone with a deeper skin tone, you just want to make sure that the color that you choose for that above the crease is something more in maybe this range, something that has a little bit more of an orange base to it, because it's going to appear more natural on your skin type. And now to buff everything out, I'm actually going to go back into the first color that I use just to soften all of my lines. I'm just taking that and putting that everywhere. So if you find that it's hard for you to blend, what you want to do is just take your big buffing brush and the skin tone color and go right over it, and it's going to help everything blend out nicely. So now that my base is all done, I'm going to actually go in with this brown color right here. So when I look at this color, it has sparkle to it. It has a little bit of a deeper type of tone. And I'm going to put this all over my eyelid with my actual finger. So I'm going to start on the lid. I'm just going to press very quickly. Again, pulling my head back just to make sure that I'm covering my full lid. And then I'm going to ever so slightly move this up into my crease. I'm someone that has a little bit more of a hooded eye, so in order to see that color on my lid, I do have to move it up a little bit more further. But I'm just going to keep on pressing with my finger. I'm going to just press that color into my above crease color. And again, I'm sorry that I don't have the names for these, but I could just kind of describe them to you by the tone. So if you don't have this Jaclyn Hill palette, then you could literally use anything that resembles these colors that best fits your skin tone. So as you could see, I started on the lid and now I'm working my way up ever so slightly into that transition color that I have there. After I get it to the consistency and the look that I want, then I'm going to go back in with my 224 and I'm just going to blend that out so those two colors meet beautifully. I'm going to go in with my brush, again just those buffing motions. More so sweeping now, I should say. A little bit of both. You know, wax on, wax off. There we go. Perfect. Don't be afraid to blend. If you need to, you can just go right back on top with more color. But you, for the most part, definitely want to make sure that your look is blended as much as possible. This will take practice, so you just want to make sure. Even if you're doing this, what I'm doing right now, this look with very neutral colors, you know, always just practice your blending technique to get better. Perfect. And that's exactly where I want it to be because I could see it through my long lashes, so that's perfect. And I'm going to go and do the same thing on the other side, again using my finger, just warming up that color. I'm going to press it right on my eyelid. So since I have brown eyes, colors that really work great for brown eyes are purples, you know, browns, pretty much anything. If you're someone that has, you know, more of a hazel eyes, you want to make sure that you're using warmer tone colors. If you're someone that has green eyes, again, browns work beautiful for someone that has green eyes. So, you know, just do a little bit of research if you have time to see what best works for you as far as your color choices. But for the most part, the colors that I'm using, they work for everybody. It'll really just determine on, you know, the base that you use in order for it to pop. So when you use your concealer, especially if you're someone that uses it to kind of highlight a little bit like I do, you have 2 to 3 shades lighter than your skin tone, so that always works perfect as, you know, that base. Again, I'm going to go back in and blend that out to just make sure it's what I want it to look like. More so, again, the back and forth motions, holding my brush a little bit further away. Now I'm looking in the mirror and I'm seeing that this one's a little bit more higher, so I'm just going to mirror that a little bit more. So if you're someone that also has, you know, the fake lashes, and I know it could be a little bit more difficult for you to apply eyeshadow, so using your finger is a great technique because you could really get in there without ruining them with the brush. I mean, I personally like them because I could get up and kind of look a little bit decent, so they work perfect for me. There we go, moving that right into that crease color, and I'm just going to blend that out. So all I did literally was take 3 colors. I used this one here for my all over color, I use this one here for my crease color, and I use this brown sparkly one here for my all over lid color. And that is the look. I'm just going to take a spoolie, I'm just going to brush through my eyelashes and just comb them all out to make sure that there's no more product inside of them. At this point, if you would like, put on your mascara. Some people like to do the mascara before they do their foundation. Put on your fake eyelashes. If I were wearing the strips, this is where I'd put on the fake eyelashes. So now I'm going to start with my face makeup. I'm going to go on with my Natural Radiance. If you guys have any questions on how I do my foundation routine, you could refer back to my first video. Since this is more of a glam look, I'm going to go on with a little bit more of a fuller coverage foundation. This one is from Bare Minerals Bare Pro. I'm in the color Sable, and I'm applying it with this brand new brush I just got from Ulta. It's from Real Technique. It's called the Instapop Face Brush. Honestly, I'm obsessed with it. It was only $10, so you can't even go wrong with the price. I'm going to use this to apply the foundation. I love it because it applies it so quickly, because it's so big. As you can see, I put most of my foundation on my cheek area, on the bottom half of my face, and then whatever is left over, because here we usually have a little bit more fine lines, I know that I do, I just put whatever is left over on the brush. I don't put that much product up there, because that's one thing, makeup does not hide texture. So if there's wrinkles, if there's any raised blemishes, anything like that, it'll cover it, but it will not hide them. So now that my foundation base is on, I'm going to go on with my Shape Tape. I'm going to make a triangle underneath my eye. So to finish this look, I'm just going to take the same exact brown color on my angle brush. I'm just going to lightly dust that at the corner of my eye at the bottom. I'm not really someone that wears eyeliner, because no matter what eyeliner, I feel like it's always run on me. If you're someone that wears eyeliner, this is where you do your eyeliner. But I just take a little bit of that deep shadow, and I just run it right underneath my waterline to finish my look. Then I'm going to take, you already know the deal, take one of my favorite liquid lip colors. I love this particular one because it looks very natural, because my eyes are a little bit more done up. I like more of a natural lip. I'm just going to apply this. And perfect, that's it. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I hope that you really liked creating this eye look with me. Next week, we're going to be talking about red lips, so don't forget to like and subscribe. If you know anyone that's also looking for makeup, have them visit my website, Beauty by Sonia Michelle. Till next time, bye.